What's going on? What's going on? Straight to the point. Let's get right to it. Now, I've talked about Jordan Poole here and there, but I really haven't gave my true spill on this dude and really haven't went in. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in. I don't feel sorry for Jordan Poole, okay? Just like I didn't feel sorry for D-Lo, for D'Angelo Russell. Just like I didn't feel sorry for any other player that has brought some things on themselves, okay? Now, Jordan Poole, man, since he had that altercation with Draymond Green when they were in practice and everything, he hadn't been the same player. He has not been the same player. When they won that championship, it was like after that championship season, he took a significant drop off, and it had to do with the Draymond Green altercation. Okay. Now I know some people are gonna be like, "Well, straight, what are you talking about?" He went through something mentally. He's struggling with mental health probably, and he's probably traumatized because of the situation and all that stuff. But we're not realizing that motherfucker was the one that got in Draymond's ear and was talking trash first and saying disrespectful stuff to Draymond. So you think another dude ain't gonna go upside your head for doing that? Absolutely not. You brought it on yourself. And plus, you're supposed to be a man. You need to man up. No, I don't feel sorry for Jordan Poole. Now, I do agree with this, okay? And I'm a little late on talking this about this, y'all. So y'all got to bear with me. I got a lot on my plate. But I want to give a shout out to the brother, Too Raw for TV. He did say something in reference to this when he was talking about this situation. Okay? Go sub to his platform. The idiot who recorded the video and put it out on social media, that's the smoke that should be given, and that's who should be getting the smoke in this entire situation. It's not Draymond. It's not Jordan Poole. To be honest with you, I never blamed Draymond Green for doing what he did. Okay? Fights and scuffles and stuff like that happen all the time. I've already talked about that. And there's some stuff that they don't even talk about unless you get, like a podcast, or unless you have a sit down with one of the players to truly know what went on behind the scenes in NBA locker rooms or in practices and stuff like that. But no, I get back to Jordan Poole. I don't feel sorry for him. I meant to talk about the idiot that released the video. That's the buffoon who should be getting all the smoke in this entire situation, because if it wasn't for that, I don't think that Jordan Poole would have been humiliated. And I say humiliated with quotes, because anybody can see that, okay, it was a fight. Did he get hands put on him? Yeah, but at the same token, they're still teammates. Still got to deal with that dude. And if you really felt some type of way, then you should have caught the fade again. That's why sit up there and feel sorry for yourself, and then your play is poor. Then they get rid. You go to Washington. Now you're playing as if though you don't even care about the game of basketball no more. You running around with this porn star mustache, looking like a porn star in the 70s, and with the 5 o'clock shadow and all that other bullshit. Come on, man. Like you've lost yourself. You know, and I don't mean it, you know, I mean, I ain't trying to go in on his looks and all that other shit. I'm just bullshitting. I seen him with the little Dirk Diggler mustache and stuff, but I mean, come on, Jordan Poole. Nobody's feeling sorry for you at all. And I stand on that. I mean, what Draymond did is what any man probably would have did if they felt disrespected. Now, as far as Draymond, oh yeah, you could pick on, you know, Jordan Poole, but you can't pick on nobody else and all this other stuff. I'll save that for another day. Of course, we got that whole situation that's going on with him and Nurkic, and you know, that's why I made the video. If it's really smoke, if it's imaginary smoke, or if it's confirmed smoke, to me it's confirmed smoke. But yeah, Jordan Poole, man, what he needed to do is be more headstrong. In a situation like that, there are lots of players that would have loved to be in that type of situation, because the vast majority of NBA players, NFL players, athletes in general, they love challenges. They love adversity. You know, even LeBron, you know, he came out once upon a time. I know it's hard to believe, but he did come out in an interview one time, and he said he loves adversity. You know, you should wanna thrive off of this. When you went to Washington, that was your opportunity to show people, okay, since you want to do that to me, now look what I'm going to do. You had every opportunity to do that. Plus, you were already semi-complaining about certain things and making some dumb plays. Now, don't get me wrong. Like the brother True Raw was saying also as well. He said that Jordan Poole was hooping during that championship season, and he had some stupid plays that he made, and made some ill-advised plays that he shouldn't have, and some head scratchers, and his messed up shot selection that he was taking sometimes, and just making really stupid decisions sometimes. I agree with that. But for the most part, in that championship season, Jordan Poole was balling, especially the first half of the season. And then, you know, the second half of the season, he kind of had some slippage, but nevertheless, he still had some games where he was doing pretty good. And then they went on and they won the championship. That was the Jordan Poole that I knew. But again, I'm not gonna feel sorry for a guy that instigated the whole thing. I know some people it's kind of harsh, but it's the truth. You had no business saying anything to Draymond Green, especially no personal stuff. And look, this is another thing too. If you're gonna talk shit and dish it out, you better be ready to take it, or even take what the consequences and repercussions are of that. Whether it's somebody slapping you upside your head, whether it's somebody getting ready to punch you or catch that fade or whatever. Because not everybody's going to respond the same way. Now, I know some people are, you know, they feel some type of way because they feel like, well, Draymond should put his big boy panties on, so to speak. He should put his big boy drawers on and be able to take something like that. And, you know, why is it that he can say all this other stuff but to other people, but when somebody says something to him, he gets all sensitive about it? That's between two teammates, man. That's between two teammates. These guys see each other pretty much every day. They got to deal with each other all the time. You got to practice with one another. Some of y'all are going to get on each other's nerves. Even so, as far as if a dude is passing gas and farting, or a guy, you don't like the way that this guy always burps or something like that, or you get sick of always hearing this guy complain about this, or one of your teammates probably snores too loud, or this guy is always, the way he's blowing his nose, or whatever, man. It's kind of like you pretty much in a marriage, pause, or no homo, with some of these guys that are on the squad. But they're pretty much your family. And like everybody has said, I know a lot of the brothers in the LWBC agree with this. All of that should have stayed in-house. All of that should have stayed in-house. We wouldn't be talking about this now. Jordan Poole would probably still be with the Warriors right now. Because whether we want to believe it or not, when Jordan Poole was playing good, he was a key piece in that championship, especially when Clay was unable to answer the call at times because of him getting back into the swing of things. So I don't feel sorry for Jordan Poole. I don't feel sorry for him. He shouldn't have did what he did. He shouldn't have said anything. But like I said, I'm not going to give all the smoke to Jordan Poole because we know who the elephant in the room is, and we know who the mole was. And that was that motherfucker that put that video out and leaked the video on social media. But, that's what the NBA had stood for at one time. I think Bill Laimbeer had said it. The acronym for the NBA was No Bitches Allowed. And that's pretty much what Jordan Poole is having bitch-like tendencies right now. He needs to man up. You're actually in a good situation right now in Washington. I'm not talking about in terms of your record or anything like that, but I'm talking about like at the beginning of the season, you were you pretty much had the advantage. One could argue you had the damn green light to do pretty much whatever you wanted to do. You got the keys. You got the keys to the streets, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You get to, you're playing in a environment where your games are not televised. But when you were with the Warriors, you were constantly under the spotlight because the Warriors got more national attention than the Washington Wizards. Let's just be honest. Let's just be completely honest. Nobody really watches the Washington Wizards like that. I probably do if I see them, or if I happen to be binge watching on like the NBA package or something like that. But the regular casual, they don't want to see the Washington Wizards. And the people that don't really understand basketball and don't appreciate basketball, they don't watch the Washington Wizards. So, having said all of that, you're not under any type of fucking microscope. So you should be able to do whatever the hell it is that you want to do and play comfortable is what I'm saying. Yeah, I can understand, you being a little bit, hey, I gotta make the right move and, all of that stuff. And, people are watching me, stuff like that. Yeah, you're going to have a little bit of butterflies, especially when you're playing with a championship, a team that has championship expectations. The Washington Wizards don't have championship expectations, so now you can actually build your name, and you can actually, you have a chance to go ahead and make your own mark instead of relying upon, a team that's already been established with players that have already cemented their legacy. You didn't really cement your legacy at all because of the fact that you're still having to go out there and you're still having to prove yourself to these people. The only thing they know about you is the scoring outburst that you did with the Warriors, and then you also had that situation with Draymond Green that took place, and now you're in Washington. That's pretty much all the people know about you. And your legacy right now, you're starting to really mess up your legacy, because then you go into Washington and they're like, well, man, we got this guy over here expecting this guy to do some good things for us. We understood that he went through some trial and tribulations over there with the Golden State Warriors, but we were expecting him to come over here and come to life. That's what they were expecting. So like I said, I don't feel sorry for Jordan Poole at all. And I know it might sound harsh to some people, but we got to be real. we got to keep it A1000 over in this bitch. He should have came over there with that mentality to go over there and, just straight take over. And you should have took all your anger out against, of course you would take your anger out on the court against like a guy like Draymond and, even the Warriors, because now you're competing against them. And then after you step off of the floor and y'all done with the game, then go ahead and shake hands. And you don't have to shake hands with Draymond anymore or anything like that. But if it was really that personal, if it really humiliated you, if you were really feeling that depressed and stuff, what you should have did is a couple things. You should have either, like what most guys would want to do, I want to get my get back. Go ahead, go in the room, locker room, wherever, in private, have it out, get whatever off your chest that you need to physically, and then go ahead and shake hands and then keep on going. Or you should have had a sit down, talk about it. Y'all said that y'all did, but apparently you are the one that keeps on tripping about it, or kept tripping about it, because y'all had your sit down or whatever. Y'all said, okay, there was no more beef and all that other stuff. Even the parents that got involved and all that stuff, And then you still want to act like there's still some friction. Those are the only two things that I could see. And besides that, just not saying anything anymore. But that's going to be kind of impossible, especially when you're on a team setting. And I'm just speaking if Jordan Poole was still on the team, y'all. Okay. What he could have done. I hate to do coulda, woulda, shoulda, but coulda, woulda, shoulda probably would have helped in this situation. Because there was a lot of things that he could have done, would have done, and should have done in that situation to possibly make this thing work. Because we're acting like the Warriors didn't just win a championship, a season ago. We acting like the Warriors, are in a championship drought. No, they won. They came back and they won the championship. They won the chip. Even with them being you know, even with them struggling during the season and all that adversity that they went through, you know, with Clay, stuff like that, they still had a remarkable season. And of course, Curry was able to put the icing on that cake. But now it's Jonathan Kuminga now, who I just mentioned. He's the one that's filling in for that, I would say, Jordan Poole role / Clay role. I still got, I know some people are tripping when I say this, but I still got faith in Clay. You know what I'm saying? Clay went through something that a lot of people probably wouldn't even be seeing no playing time, really, when we're talking about an ACL and when we're talking about an Achilles. Come on, man. Two A's of injuries besides the ankle being broken that nobody wants to hear. So, like I said, man, I don't feel sorry for Jordan Poole. What you need to do is jump in a pool and go cool off, or, you know, get in a jacuzzi or something like that, man, and let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit go. And I don't want to hear all this stuff about people, oh, well, that's easy for you to say and all this other stuff. Look, we all got mental barriers and barricades that we got to get over and stuff like that, man. You got to get over that hump, man. You got to get over that hump, or somebody else going to take your place. So, besides that, y'all let me know how you feel. Make sure you leave your comments, like the video, share it, subscribe. Also hit the notifications so that you are notified. It's straight to the point. I'll get at y'all later.